Today, we're gonna be talking about cleaning up and organizing your messy Discord server. Let's get into it. So for this video, I'm actually doing a collaboration with another YouTuber. Her name is Ashnichrist. She makes a lot of super cool and very well thought out streaming tip videos. So if you guys are streamers yourself or aspiring content creators and you need a little help with your streams and your videos and maybe why you aren't getting so many views, go check her out. She's super awesome. But I'm going to be doing the top 5 ways to organize your Discord server, and she's going to be doing the top 5 ways to grow your Discord server. So after you check out the 5 ways to organize your server, check out the link in the description, the top link. You'll be able to go watch her video on how to grow your server. I'll also probably throw it in a pinned comment as well to make it easier for you guys. Anyways, let's talk about how to fix your server. The first thing I want to discuss is categories. Look, I've done a lot of reviewing Discord servers live on stream, and I find people's Discords have like categories with like 20 to 30 channels in them, and it's just way too much. But then they also have categories with like 1 or 2 channels in them, you know? And they'll have like 15 different categories with like 1 to 2 channels in each of them. If you find yourself in that situation, do your best to figure out where you can consolidate. If you have one category for like your rules and it has just your rules, and another category for like your welcome with like a welcome message to people in the server and maybe like an updates channel, and you have those in like 2 or 3 separate categories, put all those into one category. There's no need to split all that up and make more of a mess, because the more categories you have, the more people are going to have to scroll, the more space it's going to take up on the left side of your server, and the more people are going to have to scroll down. And let's be honest, people are lazy. They don't want to sit there and scroll through your server for 30 seconds to get to the bottom of it and see where everyone's chatting at. So my personal recommendation is keep your categories to 5 to 7 channels each. If you've got an excess of categories, like 1 to 2 channels, cut as many out as you can, consolidate them into less categories. And if you got categories with like 30 channels in them, you probably want to split those up into multiple categories. But don't split them into too many categories and have 30 categories, 1 channel per each category. That would be stupid. That's going to take us right into topic number 2, which is channels. I actually worked on this today in my server. A lot of people have Discord servers that have like 40 to 50 channels in them, and these are small Discord servers, you know? Even my server has like 4,000, we just hit 4,000 members in it. I still don't consider my server to be like a big server, you know? It's still a pretty small niche server. And I'll go through my channels. I usually do it like every couple weeks or so, and I'll see what channels are people just not using, you know? Maybe they're posting in it once every other day, once a week. Just people aren't in the channels at all. I'll go through and I'll make sure to take out those channels that just people aren't chatting in. The reason that you want to clean up the channels people aren't chatting, if you have like 40 to 50 channels in your server, it's going to be, especially as a smaller server, it's going to be really hard for people to find which channels are people actually talking in, you know, which channels are the most lit. And like I said in the first point, people are lazy. They're not going to want to spend 5 minutes trying to figure out which channels people are actually talking in and which ones they aren't. So they're likely just going to not chat in your server at all, or they're going to end up leaving your server. So go through your server. If you've got a ton of channels, or even if you don't have that many channels, see how many channels people are actually talking in and which ones. I'm sure there's some channels in your server people haven't talked in at all in like months. Go through, take those channels out, because there's no point in them being there anymore. It may not really seem like it at first, but I can tell you from my personal experience, it'll 100% increase the engagement rates in your server. Tip number 3 that I want to talk about, it also deals with channels, but it deals with spicing up your channels, making them look a little cooler. If we take a look at my server here, it's Halloween themed right now, so a lot of them have like extra words in the title dealing with Halloween, like spooky, horrifying, scary, stuff like that. But you'll notice that I have like a nice aesthetic going in my server. You know, I have these little lines before and after on every single one of my channels. And again, it looks a lot cleaner when we don't have the Halloween themed in there, but it's Halloween, so we spice it up with that, you know? But if you see what I mean, these lines they make it look really clean, you know? Instead of just plain text, it's got an aesthetic in there to it. So what you guys are gonna do to get these symbols is you're gonna go to this website called coolsymbols.com. Now I'm gonna have a link below in the description for you guys to go check out some of these symbols. It's called coolsymbols.com. It's basically a website that has literally thousands of different like symbols and characters, and you can literally look through all of those, find some that you like, and literally just copy and paste them into Discord and it'll spice up your channel list a little bit. Instead of it just being plain text all the way down, you'll have a nice little aesthetic going, you know. Pick something that speaks to your personality, you know. They even have cool emojis and colored symbols on there, so you can literally do anything. But it definitely looks cool, so I highly recommend doing it. Check out the description. Tip number 4, I want to talk about role colorization, if that's a word. What I mean by this is having a flow to the colors of your roles in your server. So in my server, I use Me6Bot, and Me6Bot has a reward system where the more people chat, the more they level up, and as they level up, they can actually gain new roles in the server. And when I first made my server, you know, I kind of made those roles just random colors, whatever color I thought looked cool for that role. But about maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I took some time and I actually made a nice little color scheme. If you see on the screen right now, the basic level 1 member role starts out as like a nice dull blue, and then it slowly fades into a brighter blue, and then it starts to fade into like a seafoam greenish, and then it fades into finally level 100, a neon green role. So, you know, this is a little small touch, but it's these aesthetic things, you know, it just looks a lot cooler. That way, when you're in your chats, you know, the names, the colors and everything, of course, right now it's just a lot of mods and admins talking, but the colors kind of, they just flow together, you know, it looks so much better. Now, last thing I want to talk about is your role/server member list over here on the right side of your screen. Your server is going to lay out every member that's online based on their role, what role they have, and based on where that role is positioned in your role tier on your server. Now, something I had messed up on, you know, I have a pretty big server. We have a lot, like if you look at me, we have a lot of freaking random roles in my server, you know? So what I had originally done in my server, you know, I have some people in here that have like special roles, you know, just funny meme roles that we came up with once, or people that win any of my Discord challenges from the events I do. I always give them a special role, like Kahoot Champion for Mr. Mario right here. Well, what I was doing with those roles is I was making them display separately from online members, and what it would do is it would have a bunch of just 1-person roles, and it would literally, the whole top of my server list would be people in 1-person roles. So if you guys have, I'm sure a lot of you guys have like these meme funny roles in your server, you know, if you guys do have those roles in your server, then make sure you go into your server settings over here and go to your roles. And for those funny roles that you have, make sure you turn off display role members separately from online members. That way, and what you can do is you can drag that role to, I'm saying roles a freaking lot, I'm sorry, but you can drag that role above like their member role or whatever that they have, and it'll still give them that special color, but it'll list them under something else. Like Binko right here has Chipotle Burrito, but he's still listed under admin because Chipotle Burrito is not displayed separately. So that one was kind of a mouthful, and I kind of went through that really fast. Hopefully you guys were able to pick up on that. But basically what I was having was I didn't have like anyone listed under admin except maybe 1 or 2 people, and then the rest were all just like random roles above the admin. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna put everyone under admin, but I'm gonna let them keep their cool custom colors, you know. But that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you guys were able to take some of these tips and apply them into your own server and get it cleaned up, get it looking nice and neat. Now that you guys have finished watching this video, make sure you check the link in the description or check the pinned comment. Go over and watch Ashnichrist's video on how to grow your Discord server. Make sure you subscribe to her channel, and make sure you check out some of her other content. If you're a streamer or content creator, like I said at the beginning, I'm sure that you'll find something on her channel that'll help you improve your stream or improve your videos in some kind of way. But thank all you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.